Jaya ma'am, you can start now.
A pleasant good morning to all the wonderful people. It gives me immense pleasure to extend you a very warm welcome on behalf of RMK College of Engineering and Technology for the national webinar on Skills in English, a Gateway to Success. To give a red carpet welcome to everyone, I now request our wings of light, our pillar of strength, and our constant source of motivation, Dr. K.A. Selvakumaran, Professor and Head of Science and Humanities, to formally welcome the gathering. Please, sir.
Beloved Principal, the resource person of today's webinar, Dr. M Palanisamy, Associate Professor of English, Kanchi Mamunivar, Govt Institute for Postgraduate Studies and Research, Pondicherry, participants from various parts of the country, organizing committee members, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. The RMK group of educational institutions began their educational services in the early 90s, and for the past 25 years, it is their sustained hard work and dedication that has placed on top in the field of engineering education. RMK College of Engineering and Technology was established in the year 2008. The college offers 4 years undergraduate courses in BE Computer Science Engineering, Electronics and Communication Engineering, Artificial Intelligence and Data Science Engineering, and Mechanical Engineering. The undergraduate programs CSC, ECE, EEE, and Mechanical accredited by NBA for 3 years and accredited by NAC with A grade. 161 university ranks have been bagged since inception, which includes 1 gold medal and 1 second rank. RMK CET is one of the top 10 engineering colleges in academic excellence and retains the glory year after year, and also one of top 5 colleges in the state with average placement record of 85% consistently. 27 MOUs have been signed with industries, universities abroad, and other institutions for academic and collaborative research, and 10 centers of excellence function effectively to make students company ready. The college has a focused and clear vision. The missions are made purposefully possible, and the quality policy is strictly adhered to. All this make the students achieve their objectives comfortably with cheer. The cutting-edge technology makes the students ready to take a tough task and finish it with dedication. At this juncture, I'm happy to welcome you all for this wonderful webinar by English section of S&H department. I extend a hearty welcome to Dr. M Palanisamy for today's session, and I thank him for accepting our invitation to be the resource person. I'm happy to welcome our beloved principal, T. Rangaraja, who always guides and supports us. I further extend my hearty welcome to the enthusiastic participants gathered across the country. Further, I request the participants to fill the feedback form with utmost clarity and correctness. A digital certificate is ensured for only those participants who submit the feedback form on time. Wishing you all a great day ahead. Thank you. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir, for your earnest welcome address. I now request Dr. G. Emmanuel, Assistant Professor of English, to introduce our honorable speaker, Dr. M. Palanisamy, to all of us. Please, sir.
Here's the short profile of our resource person, Dr. M. Palanisamy. Dr. M. Palanisamy, Associate Professor of English, Kanchi Mamunivar Government Institute for Postgraduate Studies and Research, Autonomous, a college with potential for excellence, Lawspet, Pondicherry, an eminent scholar, resourceful guide, and a unique speaker, pursued his undergraduation in literature at Periyar EVR College, Trichy, his post-graduation, MPhil, and PhD at Annamalai University. He has 16 years of teaching experience with a publication record of 28 international papers and 3 books. He has delivered 52 plenary talks and special lectures in national and international seminars. He has guided 15 PhD candidates so far and 25 MPhil scholars. His areas of interest include subaltern studies and culture studies, techno-interpretation of language, and socio-techno literatures. Having such an eminent scholar for our webinar is a great pride for us. Now I request our resource person, Dr. M Palanisamy, to take over the platform for his resourceful deliberation. Please, sir.
The fragrance of flowers spread only in the direction of the wind, but the goodness of a person spreads in all directions. May I now request Dr. M Palanisamy, Associate Professor of English, Kanchi Mamunivar, Government Institute of Postgraduate Studies and Research, Lawspet, Pondicherry, to deliver his lecture.
Sir, can you present
Hello.
now?
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello.
Your audio is clear, sir. Yes, sir. You can present now, sir.
Hello. Hello.
Sir, your audio is clear,
Hello.
sir. You can present now, sir.
Do you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sir, do you hear me?
Sir, you're audible. Yes, sir, you're audible, sir. Please proceed, sir.
Emmanuel, sir. He left, I think so.
He came in, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Sir, you can present now,
Hello.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, it is clear.
Yes,
You can
sir, you're
present now,
audible,
sir.
Madam, can I start?
Yes, sir. You can start now, sir.
Okay. Respected head of the Department of English, my dear colleagues in the Department of English, dear researchers and postgraduate students of our department, I feel honored and delighted to be a part of this memorable webinar organized by the Department of English, the College of Engineering and Technology. It gives me immense pleasure to be a part of this program. And during this COVID pandemic, academicians like my colleagues who are organizing this program are taking initiatives to make the students alive, keep them alive, and orient them towards the importance of the academia even during this lockdown period. I hope this webinar on English, skills in English, would give a platform for the participants to improve their communication skills in English. And before the start of my lecture on the essential and effective communication in English, I'd like to start my session with small questions. 1 or 2 questions. You see, nowadays, we have a false notion that English is a foreign language. English is a language for communication in the academic life, industrial life, and the marketing life, in the public life. And wherever we go, we presume that the English is important and the English is just a language, English is for communication. No. Apart from that, the English language has become an identity of a person today. English is not just a language, it's not just a medium of communication, it's not just a foreign language, but apart from that, sorry for the inconvenience, and English is not just a language, English has become an identity of a person today. And therefore, if you ask what is English, the answer is not just a language, not a medium of communication, not a tool for communication. Apart from that, it has become an identity of a person. Identity of a person. And in this global context, and in this context of communication, what is needed today is, we have broadly named the title of the program as Skills in English. The skills in English. There are the usual, conventional, traditionally structured skills like LS or W. Apart from these listening, speaking, reading, and writing, what are the other skills that we can develop and exercise in the public life, in the academic life, or in the industrial life, or in the life of commerce, trade, and business? So what are the other skills in English? By skills in English, we mean hundreds and hundreds of skills. Excuse me, sir, I would like to share the PPT. Can I?
Yes, sir, you can share now, sir.
Just a minute. Share. Share. Where is the, sir, can you please help me? Where is the sharing option?
Sir, can you able to see the present now?
Sharing.
Sir, bottom of the screen, you have a present now. Click that one.
Just a minute, please. Present screen.
Present now is there,
Start
no?
present now is not there. Start now.
Yes, sir. Now it's coming, sir. Anyone, can you call him and ask him to join? Sir, resource person has left. Can you ask him to join? Manuel, sir?
Yes, ma'am, I shall.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Respected participants, sorry for the inconvenience caused. Okay, he will join us shortly. He has got some technical problem there. So kindly stay tuned. Okay, he'll join us shortly.
Sir, your video is visible and you can present now, sir.
Yes, madam. Just a minute.
Yes.
Sir, otherwise, no. Shall I continue?
Yes, sir, you can continue, sir.
I think there is some problem in screen sharing.
Okay, sir.
Am I visible, madam? Is the video clear?
Yes, sir, video is clear and your audio is also clear. You can continue, sir.
Kindly excuse us for this techno issues. And let us begin with the second question. And before that, I ask you, what is English? For this question, the answer is simple. English is neither a language nor a tool for communication. It has become an identity of a person. Apart from identity of a person, what is the role of English today? You know, right from the primary stage to the pre-university and the university education, the English language plays a vital role. You know, an ordinary village woman or man, an illiterate, speaks more than 60 words to 120 words in English every day. What I mean by this is, English language has entered into the life sap of the entire globe. So, to begin with, I'd like to ask one simple question. Who is a speaker? Who is a speaker? We speak at home, we speak in public places, we speak in schools and colleges and universities. And do we all speak? By speaking, what we mean is communication. We all communicate, we all speak, but who is a speaker? Sir, we all speak, we all communicate, then you are asking, who is a speaker? A speaker is different. Anybody who communicates visually, vocally, and verbally is a communicator. We call it 3 V's. 3 V's: verbal, vocal, and visual. We have these 3 important modes of communication, like verbal communication. By verbal, I mean written and spoken. By vocal, I mean the oral communication. And by visual, we mean with body language, image, icons, symptoms, symbols, whatever it is. So who is the speaker? For this simple question, We will take some examples. You know, Mother Teresa is a religious personality. Swami Vivekananda is a religious personality. Gandhi is a leader. And Nelson Mandela is another leader. So Nelson Mandela, Gandhi, Vivekananda, Mother Teresa, Dr. Ambedkar, Periyar EVR, and C.N. Annadurai, all these great leaders are there. Fidel Castro, Che Guevara, Marx, Lenin. All these great leaders have got some traits in common, some traits of commonality. All these great leaders have some traits in common. What are the traits? Are they all black in color? Are they white in color? Are they equally tall? Are they all equally sharp? Are they all women? Are they all men? They are not men, they are not women, they are not the same. They don't belong, they don't have the same height, same weight, same structure, texture, nothing doing. But still, there is a commonality. What is that commonality? They all belong to different countries. Marx, Lenin, Castro, all these great leaders belong to different territories, different countries, different heights, different physical structures, different languages, but still there is a commonality. There is a commonality. The most attracting, the most alluring, right, captivating trait which is common among all personalities is very simple. Their speech. They all have a speaker in them. A speaker in them. In all these personalities, we have a great speaker. The speaker in Mandela, the speaker in Vivekananda, the speaker in Ambedkar, the speaker in Periyar, or the speaker in Marx is the common trait, the quality of oratorical skill. The oratorical skill is the common quality amongst all these personalities. So there is a common trait among all these great personalities who guided the world, who took the world towards their path with a communicative power. So who is a speaker? A speaker is always a leader. A leader should always be a speaker. And the one who speaks in the classroom, the one who speaks will be in the classroom will be given the job of monitoring the classroom. The one who speaks in the college, the one who speaks at the college level will be given in charge of the college activities. The one who communicates properly will be a representative to an organization. So any representation is possible only by a good speaker. Whether it is from the primary class, it is in the primary class or secondary class or college education or at the university level or at the research level or at the political level or at the parliamentary level. So at all these levels, what is most powerful, most captivating in a personality is nothing but one's speech. One's speech. Of all skills in English, presentation skill, writing skill, right? Writing skill, and of all these skills, the most important quality is one's power to communicate, power to attract, power to guide, power to allure and tempt people, captivate people by the powerful diction vocabulary. So, what makes a good public speaker? Why, sir, we have skills in English? You are talking about what makes a good public speaker. Today, everywhere there is education, everywhere there is politics. And politics and education can never be separated. A good student will become a good leader. A good leader today was once a good student. And therefore, I started my question with who is a speaker? Who is a speaker? And if you want to, if you are able to project yourself as a good speaker, then you will be blessed with other related communicative skills, which we call skills in English. You know, LSRW is the traditional conventional order. But what we do in our mother tongue, listening, speaking, reading, and writing. We listen, we speak, read, and write. But in the case of a foreign language, we start drawing A, B, C. We start drawing the ABC first. Writing comes first. Writing. So, writing, speaking, listening, reading, and finally listening. But in the case of mother tongue, we start listening. Yes. And we start imitating mother, ma, pa, na. And we start imitating our parents. So, mother tongue starts from one's listening. Whereas a foreign language makes the people listen to you only at the level of becoming a good speaker. So there are three important components. Which you should be concerned about. And first of all, I'd like to tell all participants, dear participants, please note down, keep in mind that English is not our mother tongue. English is a foreign language. English has become an identity of a person, apart from foreign language, apart from a tool of communication. It has become an identity of a person. And to assert your identity, don't bother about committing mistakes in English. Don't committing mistakes in English. Don't take too many things in your perceptions when you speak English with minor mistakes. That's not a problem. It's not a mother tongue. No child is born with the speech faculty. When the child is born, if the child is born while talking to the mother, "Mummy, am I born?" No. Language is not a one-day process. Language is not a process, one-day process. And it is not possible that you just keep the concise Oxford English language dictionary for your head to sleep throughout the night, and the next morning you wake up and you speak out hundreds and hundreds of vocabularies. That's not the matter. It's not possible. So commit mistakes in English. That's not a problem. But do things only in English. Make it a point. Do things only in English. Speak only English, but never worry about committing mistakes in English. Because when a teacher says, "I have got 30 years of experience in my teaching career," it means that I got 30 bags of mistakes behind. 30 bags of mistakes behind. So we learn by mistakes and teach by experience. We learn by mistakes, we learn through mistakes, and we guide the students to experience. So there is no problem if you commit mistakes in English. That is not a big crime, and nobody is going to be arrested for that. So there are three components we must keep in mind: the sender, the message, and the receiver. The speaker, the content, and the audience. You are the speaker. And what is the content you have? Who is your target audience? You are the sender of information. You are sending an information, a message. And the message is received by somebody, the receiver. The receiver is the audience, message is the content, sender is the speaker. These three components must be very clear to you, right? Keeping the source of the speaker, message of the speaker, and the audience, the receiver, the listener, the benefactor, and the target audience, the receiver in mind. The source, message, perceiver are the very important components in any communicative atmosphere. Whether it is the department, whether it is the classroom, or it is the public place, or it is a seminar hall, or it is a IOS examination, or it's a seminar presentation, or an assignment presentation, or a report reading, or any celebration, or any official proceedings, or any proceedings at the associate function or at the university functions. So on all these occasions, what you should have in mind are three. These three components will help you organize your ideas and thoughts. Organize your ideas and thoughts. Right. Well, what is the role given to you? Who are you? I am a teacher. I am a scholar. I am a student. Right. Just define the role, and you know what kind of speaker you are. So speaker is over. And what is the matter to convey to the audience? Listen to you. The content, the message is over. And who are going to be the target audience? Are the audience educated, literate or illiterate? Because we should not say there are many literates who behave like uneducated. There are many hundreds of illiterates who behave like educated. So if you have some literates in front of you, what kind of language you should use? And if the audience or the audience before you are the illiterate, what kind of language you are going to use, and what kind of body language you are going to perform? So there comes another bundle of factors. No, first thing, sender, sender, message, receiver. The source, message, perceiver, or you can call the speaker, content, and audience. Speaker, content, and audience. So next to these three components, we have other components of language, right? Other components of language. The components of language, I don't mean the form, substance, and meaning. By components of language in communication, I mean verbal, vocal, and visual. Now, if you look at the components of language in general, we have form, substance, and meaning. If you look at the aspects of communication and the three types of communication, you should look at three V's. Three V's, right? What are the three V's? V number 1, verbal. Number 2, vocal. Number 3, visual. Three V's are important. Verbal communication, vocal communication, visual communication. By verbal, I mean both written and spoken. In writing and speech, you use vocabularies. Use vocabulary. In oral communication, you use only the oral, what you express is nothing but oral communication, vocalization. So verbalization, vocalization, visualization, the three other important components. What kind of tool you are using to the audience? Is it verbalization? Is it vocalization? Is it a written communication? Is it a vocal communication? Or is it's going to be a visual communication? You are going to be a performer. No, in most of the cases, we perform. And in most of the time, we don't speak. On many occasions, we don't speak, we perform. And by performance, I mean the body language, image, gesture, but raising the eyebrow, lowering the eyebrow, nodding the head, raising the hand, and singling out somebody, pointing to something, and right, showing your thumb, or jerking your body, curling up the lips. There are many gestures, body language, which communicate very powerfully. When you tell somebody, "Hello, how are you?" The reply is, "I'm fine." This is the usual body language. And forgetting this, now you are asking somebody, "Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you?" And the reply comes, "I am fine." So what? I am fine. So what? So there's no life at all in this communication. Only when I say, "Hello, how are you? Hi." When I say, it is not that vocalization is at work. Apart from vocalization, your visualization accelerates your vocalization. Visual accelerates your visualization. When you say hi, you never raise your hand, you never raise your eyebrow, you never show your teeth, and simply you say, how are you? And that is not the real communication. So the communication is a performance. Communication is a performance. So the 3 V's are important: verbal communication, vocal communication, visual communication. If it is verbal, what kind of word you choose? Number one. Number one. In verbal communication, what kind of word you choose? There are empty number of words to mean a particular thing. For example, 4 words, 5 words, 5 vocabularies refer to a single meaning. 4 or 5 words point out a single object. 2 or 3 words give the same synonymous meaning. But words are synonymous, not the same. We should understand one thing: the words are synonymous, they are not similar. There is a difference between similarity and synonymity. Synonymity is different, similarity is different. By which I mean, say for example, mom, mummy, you have mother. Mom, mummy, mother, all these are not the same. You don't call Mummy Teresa. Do you call Mummy Teresa? Mummy Teresa. Do you call Mom Teresa? No. You call Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa. I mean the choice of verbalization, the choice of vocabulary, the choice of diction, Because choice of vocabulary is very important. Most of the time, some people use this word, friend, ally, chum, comrade, companion, alter ego. All these words are synonymous. He is my friend. He is my companion. He is my chum. He is my ally. He is my ego. He is my pal, P-A-L, pal, a friend in business. He is my pal. We say we have many words, but all these words do not refer to the same kind of friendship. You call your friend, you don't call your friend, your classmate, like as a pal, because pal is a friend in business. Companion is the one who accompanies you to the canteen, to the shop, to the market. You need someone's company, he becomes a companion. And you need someone as a support in politics, he becomes a political alliance, we call. So all these words, but that's what I mean by choice of vocabulary. So choice of diction, choice of vocabulary, right, is very important in the verbal part. And in the vocal part, for example, you enter in the Department of English, you enter the Department of English, and you go inside the chamber of the principal. How do you say, what kind of tonality you use? Right? Excuse me, sir, may I come in? Excuse me, ma'am, may I get in? Excuse me, ma'am, shall I get in? This is how you use your vocalization. And English language is chiseled, fine-tuned, decorated by voice modulation and the body language. English language, to assert yourself, to identify yourself, right? To identify yourself, to assert yourself, your communication in English should be fine-tuned, chiseled, modified, decorated by your body language, raising the eyebrow, and the difference shown in your voice, different tonalities shown in your voice. Excuse me, madam, may I come in? Excuse me, madam, shall I come in? Hello, sir, good morning. How are you, sir? You enter the chamber of the principal, and you say, excuse me, sir, forgetting this tonality, forgetting this tonality, and you have your own style. Wherever I go, I will not change my tone. Simply, excuse me, sir. If you don't permit me, are you permit me or not? I allow you say or not? That's not the tonality. So vocalization is very important. When you talk to your mother, you have a voice. When you talk to your parents, when you talk to your friends, when you speak to your relatives, when you speak to your native dwellers, you have a voice. But when you speak to the principal, when you speak to the vice chancellor, when you speak to the head of the department, when you speak to your teacher, so when we speak to our colleagues, we have a different voice. So the vocalization is automatically, naturally changed in according to the context in which you are placed in. So vocalization, right? Need visualization. I told you, many words refer to the same meaning, but we don't use all the words in our day-to-day communication. To refer to Teresa, we call Mother Teresa. We don't say mom. We don't say mummy. We don't call mom. At home, in Tamil, we have of course, participants from other states, participants from other languages may not understand, but they'll understand the content. Amma, Thai, Petraval, Inraval, Mada, Annai, Mada, Petraval, Inraval, Thai, Amma, these, all these we understand mother in English. But we don't call Amma Teresa, we call Annai Teresa. That's what meant by the choice of vocabulary. In our day-to-day communication, the choice of vocabulary is very important. Along with when the choice of vocabulary joins with the vocalization and with the body language, then you are able to completely mesmerize the speaker in front of you. Let it be the audience in front of you. Let it be a single audience or multiple audience or a huge audience. So next to visualization, and you must look at certain three important other factors: the emotional receptivity of the person in front of you, the cultural background of the person who is listening to you, and the psychological needs of the audience. By audience, I mean the listener. You are talking to your friend. What is his psychological need? What is his cultural background? What is his level of education? What is his level of emotional receptivity? Based on these criteria, your communication will reach them. If you are able to reach them, the level of education, emotional receptivity, and the cultural background, religious background, political background, social background, economic background of the person, and the psychological needs of the person sitting in front of you, all these are the important factors to reach them in your communication in English. So there are some simple rules in your communication. When you speak to somebody, you must paint your words, right? You must paint your words. When you paint your words, they become pictures. When you paint your words, they become pictures, and therefore you speak in pictures. And so verbalization, visualization, vocalization, all these will be at work. When you paint your words and speak now, and you speak in pictures, so the pictures and words, right, born out of the properly designed vocalization will express the proper emotion, illustrate and prove the point that you want to communicate to them, will register the point that you want to communicate to them. So express your emotion along with the painted words and pictured images, pictured body languages, picturing body languages, right? So give one or two examples if they don't understand. So never hesitate in communicating, never hesitate in committing mistakes in any language, but be confident that you are able to transform the message that you wanted to communicate to them. When the message is transformed, then the communication is 100% perfect. I used to frequently tell my students, one Very silly examples, but frequent example I can say, right? And one fellow asked, an American and a non-American, I mean native of Tamil Nadu, right, are talking to each other. Another person disturbs, and this man says, now, I talk, he talk, why you middle talk? I talk, he talk, why you middle talk? This is a very frequently quoted example I can give. The communication is perfect now. I speak, he speaks to me, and why do you speak in the middle? Why do you disturb us? He wants to communicate, but he doesn't know how to put it in properly. But he never switches over to his native language, Tamil. He maintains his communication in English. I talk, he talk, why you middle talk? He maintains to be a communicator in a foreign language in which he is trying to excel. That is what is meant by continuity. That is what is meant by continuity in one's effort. So if you want to improve your skills in English, never withdraw yourself. You must always assert. No question of withdrawal. You should always try to assert. And this assertion should be done only in English, whether you have Shakespeare's English or the Wordsworth's English. That's not a problem, because we don't speak mother tongue properly. Then we are least bothered about committing mistakes in any foreign language. Let it be Hindi or English or Sanskrit, right? The Indianization of India, Sanskritization of India, and all these are taking place in India. A day will come, nobody will have a linguistic identity. Just a passing information. Nobody will have a properly designed, culturally designed, structured linguistic identity will be lost soon. In this context, why do you worry about committing mistakes in English, right? That's not a problem. And the next thing is, if you want to if you want to structure the language, structure the communication, you start with the simple English. You start with the simple present tense, simple past tense, and simple future tense. Don't get yourself complicated, right? And don't complicate others too. If you want to speak to anybody, you just be straight to the point. Tell the exact the central word to them, adding some prefix or be-form verbs or modal auxiliaries like that. So don't communicate, don't complicate by trying to say, in fact, on the whole, what I wanted to say, no, in fact, actually, but the thing is that in fact, why are you blabbering like this? There's no need for that. Speak to the point. You just speak out the content words, and you will have all the connecting words automatically in your sentence. It will come. Things will be all right. So we keep your miss in mind. Keep your miss, M-I-S-S. Keep your miss in mind, not your school miss or college miss in mind. M-I-S-S. Make it simple and short. M-I-S-S. Make it simple and short. I repeat, miss. Make it M-I simple and short. Miss. So keep this in mind. Make your communication very simple and short. Then that will become effective communication. It becomes naturally sweet. It becomes a naturally sweet language. And body language and appearance are very important at the third level called visualization. So for verbal, vocal, and now the visual level, you have many responsibilities to play. You have to link. You have to connect, link, listen, observe, mirror, picture, reflect, show, identify, empathy, respect, concern, rapport, sociability, relate yourself, connect, reconnect yourself, explain yourself, elucidate yourself, build yourself, and you construct yourself and put your identity. So the body language exemplifies the vocal language. The body language decorates the vocalization. The body language creates a physical identity among the audience. You go to the classroom and you go to the office or go to the stage during a function, and you start using your body language and choosing the right vocabulary, delivering something without mindful of your mistakes, no problem. But the physicality of your body language, right, creates a permanent existence of your identity among the audience. So body language should connect. You say good morning, you say vanakkam, you say namaskar, but the body language the body gesture doesn't suit your vocabulary. Then you can answer simply. You say namaskar, turning your head and looking at this side or this side. You say simply namaskar. Who will watch you? Even when they don't hear you saying namaskar or vanakkam or good morning, they will listen to you. Namaskar, good morning, right? When you say vanakkam or namaskar, they start to listen and immediately the word namaskar, the word good morning, the word vanakkam gets identified with the body language, and your identity is asserted there in the given context. So body language connects your vocalization and verbalization. Body language is linked to your listening and observation. And your body language reflects the picture you want to create. And the body language, in fact, identifies oneself with the character. You want to describe an incident. You want to describe an accident. You describe the natural scene you witnessed yesterday. You want to describe the beauty of a flower. How are you going to describe? The way you describe should bring the presence of should make the presence of the flower, and the audience should feel it. So this way of empathizing things, right? So the empathy is developed using the foreign body language. Empathy can easily be created when you use your body language very powerfully and effectively, and that too very connectively. That's very important. Your word is different, but language will be different. Oh, there won't be any connection. So this way you'll be very easily constructing your identity. So we must at the same time, wherever you speak, whenever you speak, whomever you talk to, and whatever may be the context, at all these levels, you should have what do you call the variations in mind, right? Your delivery should have a variation. Delivery of your presentation, delivery of your speech, delivery of your single word should vary from person to person, place to place, context to context. So use the same sentence with different persons, but not the same variation. Variation should vary. Variations in the voice, in the tonality, in the body language should always vary. Should keep on being, and try to vary your delivery. Differentiate your delivery of sentences or vocabulary. So on the whole, there should be a variation from person to person, place to place, word to word, sentence to sentence, context to context, idea to idea, and there must be a kind of variation. So projection, articulation, pitch, and rate of delivery. Projection, articulation, pitch, and the rate of delivery. That's very important. Now, one great linguist says, Alexander Gregg says, there are three things to aim at public speaking. I repeat, there are three things to aim at in public speaking. First, get into your subject. Then get into your subject into yourself. self-understanding. And finally, get your subject into the heart of your audience, So finally, first we should know what is subject. We should feel the subject for ourselves first, and then we should transform the subject matter of our communication to the audience. So the visuals and verbals and vocals are very important for communication in English. There are many skills: listening, speaking, reading, writing, presentation, oral skill, and there are skills for the personality development. For all soft skills for personality development are linguistic skills. Of all skills of a human being, 90% of the skills are linguistic skills. And among those skills, these three components, visuals, verbals, and vocals, are very important. And you must avoid the distraction in visualization, distraction in vocalization, and distraction in verbalization. And before starting your communication with somebody, so some tips to be followed. And before you start your communication with somebody, you must first raise the question, what is the purpose of your presentation? That's all. What is the purpose of your communication with them? What is the purpose of your dialogue with them? What is the purpose of the conversation that you draw with a person? The purpose. Then, who am I presenting to? After identifying the person, what kind of person he is? What kind of his education, as I told you already, his level of education, cultural background, religious background, emotional receptivity, all these. What kind of person he is? Who am I presenting to? And you should also know, what do they already know? What do they already know? And what do they need to know? What do they already know? What they want to know from you? And what is the key message you want to say? So keeping all these in mind, how long do I have my communication with them? So that time, need, and the known and the previous knowledge of these from the side of the audience will give reception to your communication. So there are many Humpty number of skills in English, and for all the skills, I consider these three: the visual skill, vocal skill, and the verbal skill as important, as very significant. And therefore, there is another principle called ERS. Explain it, reinforce it, and summarize it. So wherever you present, maybe a seminar paper or a welcome address or vote of thanks or any college function or academic exercise like NAC meeting or UGC meeting, autonomous meeting with the autonomous bodies. So there are many occasions where you want to present yourself. On such occasion, you should explain it first, then reinforce it, and finally summarize it. Summation is very important. Right? And this three are called ERS, right? Explain, reinforce, and summarize. Right. So with this, I hope I have taken much of your time at the initial stage due to certain difficulties in the technological aspects. With regard to screen sharing, I think participants must have listened to only some components today. I hope it's a long way to go. Practice makes everything perfect. Read, practice, and deliver. And with these words, be sincere. Please know your audience and tell as much as stories as possible. I mean, descriptions. Describe as many things as possible and build a good rapport with the atmosphere you are placed in, and listen to them first. Then you will become a good speaker. And you should always try to show difference from person to person, place to place, and keep it very simple, short, and sweet. Be prepared for any given context. Any given context. With these words, I thank the participants and the organizers for Department of English, and especially Dr. Emmanuel, who was very was constantly inviting me and consulting me and discussing with me with regard to this organization of this one-day webinar on skills in English. I thank all the participants, and especially the principal and the management and all the other souls who have contributed to the organization of this program. Thank you, one and all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your deep knowledge with us. Now it's time to move on to the questioning session. May I request Mrs. M. Ida, Assistant Professor of English, to take over the session. Please, ma'am.
Ma'am, your voice is not clear.
Yeah. Shall I repeat, ma'am? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes,
Ida, ma'am, your voice is not audible.
Sir, am I audible?
if you are repeating, madam, your voice is not clear, your voice is not clear 2 or 3 times, no, automatically we get confused.
Someone carry on with the question session.
Yes, sir. Sir, there are some questions from the audience for you. I think there is some technical problem with Ms. Ida, so I'll take over it. The first question is, besides the 4 language skills, what are the other skills that a professional need to equip with to reach the gateway of success? I repeat, sir. Besides the 4 language skills, what are the other skills that a professional need to equip with to reach the gateway of success?
Yes, that's a very nice question. But what I've spoken out so far, besides the 4 skills, listening, speaking, reading, and writing are the 4 skills. Apart from these skills, we have crossed all these levels. At the intermediate level, or at the college level, or at the university level, we need only the art of communication, the skill in communication, not the basic skills. LSW are basic skills which are possible for any primarily educated person. For any person who has got primary education or say high school education, or a person who has not even been to school, these 4 skills are possible. Apart from these are called basic communication skills, LSRW, right? To be a human being is to have LSRW. That's all. Apart from these 4 skills, what do we need is, we need the art of communication. By art of communication, I have referred to the techniques of visualization, techniques of vocalization, and the choice of vocabulary called verbalization. So I think the LSRW are only basic skills. And at the higher level, we need to know the art of communication. Communication is an art, right? Communication is an art. It is a tool for attraction. And what is required today is to attract a management in a company, is to attract the manager in a concern, is to attract the higher official. And how do you present yourself? Jerking up the body, voice, maintaining the eye contact, raising the eyebrow. All these soft skills are primarily important at the higher level of communication.
Thank you, sir. There is another question, sir. what do you think are the essential skills that a teacher needs to move from being a teacher to becoming a teacher?
Excellent. It's a very nice question. The formulation of the question is very nice. Being a teacher, becoming a teacher. The difference between being a teacher and becoming a teacher. Anybody can be a teacher. Anybody can be a teacher. That is being a teacher. Anybody can be a teacher. What is he? He is a teacher. Be form verb. Be form verb. He is a teacher. He can be. He is a teacher who is being a teacher. But becoming a teacher is the one who is continuously and not continually. There is the one who is continuously updating himself. Continuously updating. There is a proverb in Tamil. Maybe the participants from other language may not be able to understand, but still I tell for at least some of the participants, right? Panna tatta padike vaatiyar. Seyya tatta padike vaatiyar. Who is the vaatiyar? The teacher is the one who keeps on reading, but the student is reading till he gets the degree. But the teacher is all and forever updating himself. Becoming a teacher is to be a student. That's all. Becoming a teacher is to be a student forever.
Nice, sir.
Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am. Continue.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for
Thank you,
your
madam.
affirmative answer.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam.
After reaching the gateway of success, what skills one needs to hone to sustain the success?
Madam, can you please?
Sir, the next question goes like, after reaching the gateway of success, what skills one needs to hone?
Sir,
Can you
What
get me, sir?
skills after reaching the gateway?
Sir, I'll make it clear. After reaching the success,
One needs to
what skills one need to hone to sustain the success?
Yeah.
To sustain the success.
Sustainability. Sustainability of the success. Success is not at all an endpoint. Success is not at all an endpoint. Success is measurably, comparably, or comparatively a higher point. That's all. A higher point never means endpoint. Never higher point or higher level never means the end of the level. So success is never the end. Success is never the end. Success is the last test we have come across. Success is the final test in which the maximum result has been achieved. And what all we have been performing all these years to reach what you call success should be continued. That's what we call sustainability of what we have sustained. That's all.
Fine, sir. So now I think we'll end the question and answer session. Now I'll move on to Jayalakshmi ma'am for the further proceedings.
Yeah, please. Thank you.
In ordinary life, we hardly realize that we receive a great deal more than we give. And that is only with gratitude that life becomes rich. Now I request Mrs. R. Subha, Assistant Professor of English, to thank one and all present here. Please, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. As all good things come to an end in life, so is our webinar today. It is my privilege to have been asked to propose the vote of thanks on this occasion. I, on behalf of RMK College of Engineering and Technology, Science and Humanities Department, would like to extend a very hearty gratitude to our distinguished resource person, Dr. M Palanisamy, for his enlightening and interesting presentation on skills in English, a gateway to success. Sir, I must say, your lively presentation today has kept us all completely immersed in the session till the end. I'm sure that our participants today have found the right key from your presentation to unlock their path to success. Thank you very much, sir. I extend my profound gratitude to our beloved chairman, our esteemed vice chairman, and our principal for their seamless support in the organizing and conduct of this webinar. Thank you, sirs. My special thanks to our ever supportive HOD, Dr. K.A. Selvakumaran, for his continuous support and encouragement for the successful conduct of this webinar. Thank you, sir. I would like to acknowledge our gratitude to Mrs. G. Vasuki Devi, Assistant Professor, for providing us an excellent technical support. Thank you, ma'am. I also extend my sincere gratitude to all our fellow faculty members of Science and Humanities Department for their guidance and support. Last but not the least, it's my immense pleasure and honor to thank all our most valued participants for your overwhelming response in registering for our webinar and for your active participation today. We thank you all for making this webinar a grand success. It's been a great pleasure. Thank you very much, everyone. A kind reminder to the participants. Thank you, sir. A kind reminder to the participants. The feedback link will be posted in the YouTube chat box. Kindly provide your valuable feedback. The link will be active for the next 20 minutes. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
So with this, our webinar comes to an end. Thank you very much for your active participation. I thank Dr. M Palanisamy, sir, for coming into the room and then deliberating everything about skills in English, apart from LSRW. Thank you so much, sir. We break now and meet you again in next webinar. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.